Hey, family, and welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles Trials of South Africa. Today, we're not just reacting, we are grieving as mothers. We are, we are unpacking and we are demanding justice. Because just an hour ago, Tiffany Meek, the 31-year-old mother of 11-year-old Jayden Lee Meek, was in court. She stood there, she was charged with his murder. Let that sink in. She was charged with his murder. The same mother who was marching, the same mother we cried with, and we couldn't believe that this has happened to a child. The one that we prayed and people were praying in circles with her. This is the one who was asking for help. It was her, guys. It was her. When we heard that a 31-year-old female has been arrested, I didn't want to believe that this is the mother. People had already been talking. They were saying that it's her. And my mind just couldn't fathom that. It couldn't. But we saw her in court. As moms, as women, we are mourning. We are grieving, guys. We are asking ourselves, how is this possible? We are still asking ourselves, no, man, and saying it can't be her. But here we are. She's reminding us of the Jocelyn Smith case. If you have been following that case, you've heard of that case, you've seen what we've gone through. As a nation, as mothers, we couldn't believe that a mother can do such a thing. So with this child, Jayden Lee Meek, he was found outside the unit on the staircase. That's where he was found. He was warm. He was bruised. And he had nothing to wear but his underwear. So the school uniform was not there. He was not wearing any clothes. And the timeline, the evidence, and the betrayal all points to Tiffany Meek. This is what we are seeing. So today, we are going to walk through it section by section because we refuse to just mourn. We want to understand. We're asking ourselves a lot of questions, and let us try to see what had happened. So on the 14th, which is today, in Roodepoort Magistrate Court, Tiffany Meek appeared on these 4 charges. So there were 4 charges. The first one was murder for unlawfully killing Jayden. That's the first one. Yeah, the first one. 2, defeating the ends of justice, likely for reporting him missing while she was hiding the truth. Crimen, Injuria, for violating the dignity of her own child. 4, attempting to pervert the course of justice. Another obstruction that is related to this child. So for these 4 things, this is what she was charged with. She had no lawyer today, and she was told to apply for legal aid. The courtroom was packed with people wearing t-shirts, having placards saying justice for Jayden. Some were crying. I saw women crying, and the magistrate asked for silence in court. But yeah, the public is shaken, obviously. I saw one of the ladies there, actually 2 of them crying. It was so sad. The mother was crying. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. But yeah, she was crying. And I'm starting to think this woman saw the Kelly Smith court case, that trial. Because I don't know. We'll just wait and see. But okay, let's break it down for everyone. So a charge, this is what it means and what does it matter. The murder is the intentional, reckless killing of another human being. The state must prove now intent or foreseeable harm. This is what they have to prove. Defeating the ends of justice now is lying to the police, hiding evidence, delaying justice, and reporting Jayden as missing while he was inside. We don't know, because at the time when she came with the police and all of those things were happening, saying that her child was missing, and guys, I feel so gaslighted. I feel so manipulated by this woman, by everything that she was saying. So now, crimen injuria, it's violation of someone's dignity and emotional integrity. It's a rare charge. It means even in death, Jayden's dignity was recognized. That's what it means. Then obstruction of justice now. It's trying to stop a lawful investigation, any interference with the SAPS evidence, or misleading authorities. This isn't just small, guys. These are serious charges. And if found guilty, she's looking at life. You've seen what happened to Jocelyn Smith, to the Jocelyn Smith case, where Ukeli, Ubuda, and Stefano van Rijn, they got life. I've covered that. If you didn't see the trial, and you can go back to my videos, there's a playlist. You can go and watch from the beginning and how I covered the case. So she's looking at life, and I don't know, maybe we're still going to discover more things about this, because I had allegations that she has a drug problem. We don't know how true that is, because the same allegations were saying that she's the one who was arrested before we even saw her in court. So we do not know. We do not know. So how do the police know it was her? Maybe this is the question that you're asking yourself. You are finding it hard to believe that a mother can do this to their child. The same way that we found it hard to believe when Kelly Smith and all that happened. We couldn't believe everything that we're hearing. So you could ask, could this be a mistake? So let's be clear. Jayden was found inside her complex. On the stairs, Jayden was bruised, in underwear, and his body was still warm. He likely died hours after being reported missing. Ne? He was not dumped. He was hidden somewhere. We do not know where. Maybe it was the place, but Jayden was hidden somewhere. So how did the police and the NPA build this? Forensics, bestie. This is what we deal with, because we remember the canines were there and everything went to forensics. That's the game changer. Ne? Here's what happens behind the scenes. I'm just going to try and paint a picture, because we are all asking ourselves the question. We do not know the details of the whole thing, but we know that this is what some of the things happen, and I'm going to try and explain. So the SAFS, the forensic division, these are the steps that they take. Ne? Okay, let's start with number one. First, crime scene that was secured. The SAPS should have locked the scene immediately, and they didn't. Every piece of clothing, furniture, blood stain, and object becomes evidence. Even the person, now we are told that she did this. She said the police sat in the car. But now you can imagine she was probably trying to manipulate the whole thing. Or she said something which made them not to get in. Yo, I feel so manipulated, guys. I'm saying all of this. I'm thinking about everything that this lady was telling us. Okay, so number two, let's talk about the forensics part now. DNA swabs from the child's body were probably took. Autopsy to check the cause of death. Toxicology, was he drugged? Was he poisoned? We do not know. There were probably blood tests that were taken. The body temperature, the lividity confirms when and how Jayden died. So they probably did that part, because remember we're asking, why is it taking so long? Justice for Jayden. It's been a month. It's been weeks. This is what was going on behind the scenes. So let us get now to the NPA, the National Prosecuting Authority review. The forensics evidence now is handed over to the prosecutors. They check if it's enough, then we take things to court. Clearly, this is what has happened, because I've seen, by covering a lot of stories, nothing goes to court without the NPA. So it means that they've done the work behind the scenes, and now we are in court because they've done this work. So now let us talk about where was the SAPS. Ne? This is where the community's rage now makes sense. I know some people will say, now you are blaming the state. Because some people were saying the mother should apologize, and people who were saying justice for Jayden should apologize to the police. Listen from this quote from the grandmother. This is the grandmother. This is what the grandmother had said. Jayden is our child. The community supported this woman, but SAPS failed us. They didn't even get out of the car. The child was inside. I have a question. I know that you also have a question. Because the first video that I did, which was part 1, I spoke about Jayden and where he was found. The second video, I spoke about what the grandmother and the mother had to say about Jayden. The third video is the one that I did last week about the mother being arrested, but we didn't know or had evidence that this was the mother. This is the fourth one. This is part 4 of the Jayden Lee Meek case. So now, do you remember what the grandmother was saying? She was crying. I remember very well. I'm asking myself, did she know? Hey, that's the question I'm asking myself, because some people have said that she couldn't have done this alone. More arrest will follow. So I'm asking myself that, did the grandmother know? I don't know. And this is these are the questions now that we are asking ourselves. Ne? Why didn't the SAPS search the flat thoroughly? That's the question we're asking ourselves. Why weren't the canine units deployed? The canine units only came after the child had passed. Where did they sniff? Ne? What were they told? Where did they sniff? And why was Jayden found in his underwear? Where was his clothes? Those are the questions we're asking ourselves. Was this premeditated, or it was a cover-up that had spiraled? All these questions we do not know. So the Amber Alert system should have triggered a full action, but officers were lax. They turned the parents away, and that delay could have been the difference between between life and death. Because if they found the child warm, the question is, where was the child? Maybe the child was inside the mother's flat. All this time, people are looking and they're searching. And I remember even some people were angry. They fought with some of the residents there in that complex because they wanted to go unit by unit to check. But no one thought, let us start in the mother's unit. Where was the child? That is the question that we are asking ourselves. So these are the teachable moments that we find. We need to protect crime scenes, guys. What we heard about the Senze trial, that someone cleaned something. Now here, the unit, the mother's unit, I think nobody thought of going inside there and check. The police didn't even come and check because they were told the child is missing. It's a mess, guys. It is a mess. It's a mess. So here's the process simplified. Number 1, a crime was committed. 2, a body was discovered. 3, the police opened the docket and secured the scene. The SAFS collects forensic evidence. Then the autopsy was done. Autopsy was done by the pathologist. Witnesses interviewed probably. The suspect was identified via forensics and statements. We don't know. There's no CCTV there. So we knew because when they were still investigating, they asked if there were CCTVs, and it was found that no, in that complex, there are no CCTVs. The NPA reviews everything from what I've told you about everything, witnesses, forensic, autopsy, and all of that. After doing all of that, formal charges were laid and the suspect was arrested. So yeah, so we are hoping everything was followed, or maybe we're in disbelief and we do not want to believe that this is what happened. How could a mother do such a thing to a child? So the first appearances happened today, then there will be bail, and then after trial. So it's a legal pipeline, and for Jayden, it's rolling now. Things have started. So this is what you should know about Jayden. Jayden was a grade 5 boy. He was bright, he was loved, and just 11. And he was dropped off from school, transport, and never made it to the flat. This is the story that was painted to us. This is what we were told, that the child never made it to the flat. Because now there were witnesses. The transport driver says, I left him at the gate. The security says, we saw him coming in. The mother says, he didn't make it to the flat. So this is the narrative that we had. Ne? A resident now, early in the morning, when the resident wants to go to work, finds the bruised body of this child on the staircase. It is warm, which means he didn't die immediately. And now the same woman, who cried to the media, who prayed in public, who is accused of murder, and this is not a close relative, guys. Yes, it is, but this is the mother, someone who gave birth to this child. And we don't know it yet and why, but what we know is that he deserved better. That is what, I've seen the pictures on social media of the mother and the child dancing, and the pictures. It doesn't make sense to me. Someone please explain to me. It doesn't make sense. How does the mother do that? So this is what I'm leaving with you. The final thoughts. The case is not just about one mother. It's about a system that failed Jayden. It's about the police who were slow, the forensic power, and the role of the community in demanding truth. And I'm saying the police were slow. I'm saying it with caution, because they were also told lies. We can't blame them, guys. We can't blame them. I don't know. I don't know actually what to say. That's all I'll say for now. Because now, if you're told something wrong, where do you go? What do you do as someone in the SAPS? I don't know. Yeah. So to all mothers watching this, let's raise our voices, mothers. Let's raise our voices. Let's not cover for monsters just because they birth a child. And let's never again ignore a child's absence because the parent said he was just playing outside. I left him there. I don't know. Hey, the first person to be investigated is the mother. It's the mother. And to the court, we are watching. To the SAPS, we have questions. To the public, say his name. Let's demand justice. Justice for Jayden. Until the next one, God bless. Ciao.